Hey, hello, Healing Journeys today. Hello, HARTbeat fans. It's Butch and Julieann Hartman with HARTbeat, and we are back in our studio this week. We're so glad that you're joining us. Thank you. Where were we last week?
Last week we were in Nashville. We were at the Opryland Hotel, and
huge.
I hope you guys didn't hate the broadcast.
Yeah, I'm really sorry because we were in the middle of this giant convention. I'm not even kidding. As a couple, we like to do a lot of things together. We hope you guys do as well. Yes. And we know that you guys are very hard workers. We are as well. But we got to this convention and we had to set everything up. So we had to get our team down there. We had to get our materials down there. Yeah. Again, we're going from California to Tennessee. And then once we were at the convention, we're promoting a brand new show, which you'll find out about later. I can't wait to tell you. And we had to go on interviews. Anyways, we were very busy each and every day.
To show them what we were doing.
Oh, yeah, exactly. But here's the thing. What are you going to show them? Because we haven't revealed the show yet.
No, I'm going to show them the two main attractions.
We haven't told them the show. If you show them,
tell them the show.
If you show them, okay. Well, here we go.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Drum roll, please. This is what we've been working on.
Yeah, the show is called The Garden, and I think a lot of you have already understood what it's about. The Garden, or what the show was. The Garden is a cartoon I created about 15 years ago, but we just started making it last July.
Yes.
And it's a Christian cartoon about a little lion named Lenny and a little lamb named Lucy. They live in a magic garden where anything can grow. God comes to them every day as a rainbow and tells them what to do that day, gives them a task, and they have to do the task in the garden, and they normally don't get it right, so they have to learn through a Bible story and a song how to do it better. It teaches scripture. It teaches friendship. It's really funny. It's for kids ages 3 to 8. It's our next big project. I can't wait for it to come out. I can't wait for all of you to see it. And this is what we were promoting last week at the NRB convention. And
trying to find the best picture.
And Tyler says, I hope people will like it. Hello, Debbie. And hey, Oliver's back. Sean's here. How you doing, Sean? Jessica Hart's on here. Lisa Johnson. So anyway, guys, we've been having such a great time working on this show, The Garden. I can't wait to show it to you. Just show them a picture.
Gosh, why am I having?
Right, I saw them.
No, that's not. They're with other people.
No. Let me show you something. That one right there.
No. There's a woman there. Like, I don't even know who that is.
Oh, I have some then. Let me find them.
You've got a better
one. Why don't you talk to our beautiful audience while I look for the pictures?
Yeah, you go ahead.
Look at the camera for a second.
I know. Well, I was trying to find the best picture for you guys because Lenny and Lucy are the stars of the garden. And I mean, I know if I was the star of a show, I want you to see the best of me.
Here we go. This is Lenny and Lucy. We brought the full-size characters there.
Well, that's chairs in the way. Show them like.
Well, that was.
See, I had that picture.
Well, here's a better one. Oh, that's not one. I can't show that one either. I have them.
Well, because we took pictures with other people, so I know that we want to be able to show pictures.
Now, hold on, looking.
Okay, I'm gonna go find one for you.
No, I have them here.
All right.
Oh, there we go. Here's you and me right here. Here we go. Great shot of you and I. This is Lenny, our big lion lead character right there. We brought him all the way from Canada. He was made in Canada.
Well, and
that's Lenny.
Here's this one too.
And there they are. That's good. That's good. You can tell we really prepared for this show.
Yeah, that's Lucy. So Lenny and Lucy, and they're very big. So Sophia's 5'4", 5'5", and then our beautiful friend Hillary.
Did you even set that you're like they're very big, and Sophia's 5'4".
Well, meaning that's how tall she is. So that's how tall the characters were.
Well, and then, did you say Sophia was in Lenny?
Sorry, let me go back. I'm so not the storyteller.
Well, you got to tell them the information if you're a newscaster.
Okay, you go ahead, because I obviously screw this up.
No, you didn't screw it up. But just something like they need to know that our daughter Sophia was inside the Lenny costume. That's all.
Yeah, Sophia was inside Lenny, and it was a big sweat box with a fan. But anyway, no, she did a great job. Hillary, another little girl. A 20-year-old, 20-something-year-old.
I'll tell the stories from now on.
Well, I don't always tell the best stories, but I always tell whatever I do tell with passion, right? It's why I'm the passionate red tornado. But anyway, they did a great job. The characters down there were so successful. Everybody loved them. Everybody.
It went really well. And that's not why you guys tuned in today. We were just letting you know what we were doing last week. Today we're talking.
But for you that have kids, like Lisa, This is going to be,
I
she's
was
going to be.
I was just getting into the whole subject we were talking
No, I'm
about.
saying for Lisa Johnson, I don't know anybody else that has kids, but for Lisa, she's really going to love this show because
I think she will. Yeah.
this
Anyway,
fits
we have
her.
not officially announced the show yet. We'll be doing all that stuff later on down the road. We're in the middle of making the episodes
Yeah.
now, but we took our characters and our show and all the information and our whole team down there to talk about it. So it was really cool. We'll give you updates as
Yes.
we move
More on that later.
Yeah.
Just in. Ding, 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 ding. Have you been building
Or just existing.
or just existing?
Yeah,
Right,
that is our
because-
topic today.
And honestly, with all the things that Butch and I do, it's very tempting to just be existing.
Well,
Because
yeah.
Because we do so much that, are there times at night where I'm like, oh my God, I just have to go to bed? Yes. Are there times at night where I'm up working and he's going, sorry, I'm going to bed now? Do we have to make sure that we have time together just to laugh? Thank God that Butch makes me laugh. You're not even listening.
Not on this. I'm reading a comment.
Oh,
not on this broadcast. I haven't made you laugh. But
But no, he makes me laugh. So that's a good thing. So that knowing that no matter what, I'm getting laughter out of this. I don't know what he's getting out of it. But
there's a whole book. I have a whole book. I have a whole storybook I can write. But guys, listen, the reason we titled our broadcast, Have You Been Building or Just Existing? As a couple, if you're in a relationship, being married to somebody, or even in a relationship, are you just kind of there every day, getting up, just kind of going through the motions? Or are you both working toward a goal together each and every day? The Lord said to Adam and Eve, be fruitful and
multiply.
Right. He didn't say be fruitful and just
lie
hang
dormant.
out. Just be fruitful and chill, as they would say today. Just be fruitful and chill. I know there's nothing wrong with resting. God actually said, he works 6 days, created the world. And on the seventh day, he rested. He commands us to have a Sabbath day during the week. I need to really take that one to heart because I don't really do that too much. I don't ever take a day of rest. I really should.
Well, actually, what's your day of rest? Because okay, let's say if we were doing gardening, that's not a day of rest for you because you're very freaked out at the fact that you don't really know how to garden. So a day of rest for you actually.
Where did the freaked out part come from?
Well, meaning that you're not planting it right, or you're not doing this right.
All right, first of all, when have we gardened in the last 20 years?
Okay, not gardening, but just doing stuff around the house. Okay. Don't you get a little stressed out when there's something to fix and you don't know how to fix it?
Well, the point is, what I was trying to say is here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you a script every week. You have to read off of the script.
Well, no, because, okay, let me just finish.
It's called bullet points.
I'm going to say this, is that Butch resting is Butch just sitting with his iPad or a sketch pad and just drawing.
For me, first of all, resting to me, I don't just sit there and stare straight ahead. Some people can. I don't. You don't either. And your resting is going to the gym and working out for 3 hours.
Exactly.
That's resting.
Hey, Debbie writes on there. She'd give me a high five, Debbie. We both have the same.
Real quick. Lydia says she's been just existing the past 2 years.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Now, Lydia, listen, there's nothing wrong with that. You're not doing anything wrong or bad. But the thing is,
how can you spice it up a little bit?
Yeah. How can you and your spouse get together on a project and work together? Now, listen, there might be things he likes to do and things that you like to do. Those are probably things you'll never do together.
Yeah.
But there must be a thing or two. Well, for example, we're doing this broadcast right now, and this requires the same amount of skill from each of us. We're both talkers. We both never shut up. So here we are on the internet talking like crazy.
Yes. By the way, just want to throw this in there. For all of you men, the men of Healing Journeys today, including this man right here.
Yes.
He will be the host of the men's Q&A, which is Saturday at 8 a.m. Pacific time.
Right here on Healing Journeys today, 8 a.m. Pacific time.
Yeah, thanks for repeating all that because
I'm just doing it. No, you're doing great. I'm doing that newscaster thing. I've never been a newscaster. That's right. Don't forget, by 8 o'clock a.m. Pacific time Saturday, there's a men's Q&A. All you men out there with questions about the Lord, about relationships, about healing, whatever it's about, if it pertains to Jesus and how to live your best life as a man, we have our amazing teachers from Healing Journeys today, hosted by me.
Yeah.
I control them all with my magic hands, and it'll be really great.
You can't control Mike Hoesch.
It's Mike Hoesch. It's Herman.
It's Herman. It's Jeremiah.
Me. Who else? Is that it? The four of us?
That's it.
The four of us.
We
Four
need
guys.
more men on this platform.
Four guys. By the way, when you put your hand on my back, you're like 1,000 degrees right now.
I know it's hot.
You're hot?
It's so hot
Her
in here.
her hand is so hot.
Welcome to Southern California, which I love because we were just in Tennessee,
which is a beautiful state.
And it was snowing. Can I just say that?
It snowed in Tennessee.
We did this broadcast on Wednesday, but Friday, was it Friday that it snowed? Yes.
Friday night. Yeah.
It was
Because then
Friday,
I slipped on the ice the next day.
That's right. Butch slipped on the ice. Now,
Ooh,
if I would have seen that, I would have felt bad, but I think I would have just
you would have laughed.
Laughed like I'd never laughed
And
before.
thankfully, I did not break anything because I went onto the ground. I went on the ground. I like an idiot. I had dress shoes on. I wasn't thinking about ice. I was just thinking of snow.
Because we don't think ice here.
No, we don't. And I just have not
Patrick
lived.
is on, and he lives in Tennessee as well. So I'm sure you got a little bit of snow too.
So
But
listen.
let's go back.
So as a couple, as a relationship partner, what have you suggested that the two of you should build together lately? And do this for me. If you care about your marriage, you need to find something that you have in common with your spouse. We have very little in common, as weird as it is. I mean, interests in common. We have children in common. We have life together, of course, but coming up together as a couple, as a young couple, we really didn't have a lot of common interests.
Okay, this will show you. We were our plane was delayed and then canceled to go home on Saturday. We found out that the only flight available was to leave Monday. But they had to take us from Tennessee to Atlanta. And then we were supposed to leave right away and get home at like 7, but they delayed it. We sat on the tarmacs. We got home at 10. But the reason why I'm
this
saying,
better be good. The longer the setup,
okay,
better the
here's
story
my
has
setup.
to be. Okay.
So we were on the plane for 6 hours. What did you do for 6 hours?
What I do for 6 hours?
Yes.
I drew the pages of a Bible that I'm illustrating.
Okay, but what would you have done anyway? Like you would have drawn, but you drew.
I drew, yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
Now this is not saying that I'm better.
No, this is exactly why she's saying this. By the way.
I'm just saying this is the difference.
What'd you do?
I listened to a bunch of teachings and I read my Bible for 6 hours. I don't watch TV on planes because just anyway, I take that time to have undivided attention, but I did meet a really nice guy that was sitting next to me and we had a great talk too. Got to minister to him a lot.
Good.
And and he loved it and was very receptive. Anyway, but that goes to show we're talking about, the difference in our personalities. So
absolutely.
Go on.
Again, the longer the setup.
Go ahead.
The longer the setup, the better the story has to be. I'm telling you, that's how comedy works. The longer the setup, better punchline.
Right.
So anyway, we're not doing comedy, but what are you guys building as a couple, and what do you want to build? Are there visions and goals that you have in mind? And let me ask you this too: have you even told your spouse what they are, or are you afraid to? Are you afraid to tell your spouse because you're afraid they're going to laugh at you, or you're afraid they're not going to respect you? With men, it's a respect thing. Men want respect. Women want love, and they want affection and all that stuff. But what do you? I mean, listen. Don't be afraid of your spouse. That's another thing too. We should probably do a topic on that.
What?
Being afraid of your spouse. Don't be afraid of your spouse.
Are you saying you're afraid of me?
I'm absolutely terrified of you.
No, you're
totally
not.
horrified.
Oh God.
Yeah, terrified.
That's
especially right now. And I'm going to keep the camera on. If I keep the camera on, I feel safer. But the thing is, guys, what have you told your spouse you love? And has your spouse responded to it, or your relationship partner? Have they responded to it? And let me ask you this too: if you've been married for a while and just don't think it's worth it, trust me, it is. It's worth building something together.
It is, especially, I mean, listen, if you've spent more than a day together as a married couple, it is worth fighting for. Now, nobody here is ever promoting someone staying in an abusive relationship.
Never.
That is not what we're talking about here.
No.
But it seems like nowadays people are so easy to go, well, we just have the same interests. Bye. That's what we're talking about. Or things that are, so minor, but that could be worked on if you just make a decision to work on it.
Yeah.
I was talking to a young man today about divorce and how hard it is because he also was in divorce. You and I both were kids that were,
from divorced families.
From divorced families.
Right.
And one time I just heard Oprah Winfrey say this. She goes, divorce is like this. The husband and the wife are like here, and they both have guns pointed at each other, but the children are in the middle taking the bullets. And it's true. And so we really want to avoid divorce at all costs. And again, like I said, if there is an abusive situation going on here, that is the exception here. So I don't know your situation, but we're talking generally of, well, we just don't have much in common. That is not a reason to get divorced. Find things that you can find, that you can do that are in common. There's so much going on, like new things happening, like you like to watch these crazy like stunts, and not that anybody that's watching Healing Dreams today, HARTbeat, would do this, but like all the bungees and jumping off mountain stuff, and like you just like to watch all this extreme stuff. Not that he does it, but there's so many.
That's why it's there to watch. So I don't have to do it.
There's just so many other things. Maybe you want to go tubing down a river. Like there's so many things that we can do, that we can find that we like. Maybe you guys could start riding bikes. Maybe you like to golf. Maybe you like to just go and hit golf balls or tennis or something. You got to but you do have to, one of you has to initiate it.
Well, and what she said is all really good. And those are sort of preliminary things you can do to learn how to spend time with your spouse. But, the Lord put you here with this person for a reason. You're not just here to coexist with this person.
No,
you're really not. And, the Lord has given us, we're made in his image. If he wanted us to not think for ourselves, he would have just made us an animal, because animals have very little of their own thoughts. They go completely on instinct. But we are here to reason, and we're here to think, and we're here to build and create. And I'm not saying you got to be like me and make cartoons. I'm not even saying you got to be like anybody and do what they do. But when you're together with your spouse, you become a stronger unit. And there's something you can do together that will make the world stronger. It'll make people stronger being around you. She and I chose to teach a Bible study on Wednesday nights, and a church in the park on Sundays. That's what we chose to do. Because
have we ever fought about that?
I don't think we fought. We've had some heated discussions.
Not just about that, but like that has risen out of like that. Like,
for example, Julieann.
Well, the first time we ever taught a marriage class, remember at that church, we had the worst fight that first day. And I'm like, why are we teaching a marriage class? I don't even like you right now.
I could go on about that, but I'm not going to. I could add a whole bunch of detail, but I won't.
We were like, we got to work on our own marriage because you made me so mad. But that was really funny. I'm just saying though.
It was funny. It was very
funny because we're like going, okay, wait a minute. We both like kind of at the same time said, wait a minute. We think we know what's going on.
I'm going to try and say this the right way. It seems so easy just to walk away. I'm going to leave and go start my own life and all that sort of thing. And yeah, you can do that. And the world encourages that. I mean, the world really does. You see movies about people getting divorced. You see TV shows about people getting divorced. I just watched something today, I think, on YouTube where a couple was in a courtroom because they were suing over custody for the kids and all this other thing. I know what that's like because I was a kid and my parents went to court many times over custody of us and things like that. And then when the parents got custody of us, we didn't even see the parents. They weren't even around that much. So I never understood that. I think it was a pride issue. I don't really know.
Most of the time, well, not most of the time, but some of the time it is a pride issue of, you got it.
And it could be protection too. We're not saying that that's what, but in our situation, at least in my situation growing up, I never saw, just me, never really saw couples build anything together. A lot of people just kind of existed. They worked and just kind of lived. And even if you're a single person out there, I want to encourage you. If there's a way you could just ask the Lord, what can I build for you? Even if it's one teeny little thing, that's yours, all yours, that lasts after you're gone. You know what I mean? Because when you're gone off this earth, what is left behind? What did you leave behind?
A legacy, and that's really important. And I know that
some people leave different legacies than others. Exactly.
But I think sometimes when we're younger, and especially when our kids are young, it's like, I ain't thinking about leaving a legacy. I'm just trying to get through each week. Sometimes, when you have multiple children and you're trying to be the mom of the year. By the way, it's Tyler's birthday next week. So happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Tyler. How old will you be? Let us know.
Yes,
and also Rachel here says, my husband and I play video games together. Maybe we should pick something more spiritual. And that is an awesome thing to do,
No,
Rachel.
that's fun to do.
That's a great thing to start with, and that's wonderful. And by the way, you don't have to do anything more than that. We're just saying if you want to build something, ask for what you can build. Like your video game interest could lead to other interests. You guys, obviously, you like to play games together. So what is it you'd like to play together? What would you like to, other things would you like to do together? Tyler is going to be 26 years old. 26, Tyler. My shoes are 26. My gosh, you're so young.
Think so.
Such a young guy.
Anyway, and then also too, what about getting together and just like going on Google and finding maybe some vacation destinations or something that maybe that you could afford, of course. And
I was going to say this, even if you can't afford it, go on there and dream
put it on
anyway.
your bucket list.
Go on there and dream. Set up the whole vacation, because you know what? The Lord says that we call those things that be not as though they are.
And he gives us all the desires of our heart. If
just start making it. If you want to go somewhere, go on a cruise, go to an amazing location you've never gone to, just start making a dream. It costs you nothing to get on the computer and just print pictures out and make like a cool, awesome page going, man, I'd love to go to this place. I'd love to go there.
Yeah. We're going to talk tonight in our Bible study about mind renewal, because that's really important. And so when talking about that is that, when you create that kind of a dream board, I understand that we make goals and stuff like personal goals, professional goals. But if you guys do like a dream board together and come up with some goals that you want to do, this has nothing to do with work. It's just maybe places that you want to visit someday, whether you want to go to Europe and do stuff or go do a tour around the United States or something, like maybe y'all like baseball fields and you want to hit every baseball field in the United States. Like,
didn't we know somebody who did that? Took their son and went to like all the Major League Baseball
I don't remember
stadiums in the country.
Yeah, I don't remember. But I'm just saying, if that's something that you like to do, like come up with some ideas. We say that we don't do it, but we are starting to do it. But come up with some ideas, and they sound great.
Well, I'll tell you this too.
I will tell you this though. We have in the past, we've done that, and we've gone to these places. It's been amazing. For the last couple of years, we've been working on projects like the garden. And so we've traveled so much that really the last thing we felt like doing was getting back on a plane and travel.
Well, see, the thing is with us, this project, because we said yes to the Lord and stepping out in this project, in building this project, we had to go to different places to meet people, to Dallas, to Denver.
Everywhere.
We had to go
everywhere.
Martha's Vineyard, East Coast, New York. We've had to go all these different places. And in doing that, you get to see all these amazing sites and stuff.
Yeah.
So we have been doing a lot of
We have been doing that.
But Hawaii is another.
Right. And it wasn't just like a vacation getaway, but, there's got to be something that you can do that you can both take your mind off of, just the everyday grind and all that stuff, and start looking forward to doing things together. And also too, Lisa, looking forward to doing some things together when maybe it's just you and your husband, having your mom or whoever, I'm not sure, who's near you, that can watch your beautiful little girl, and you guys just go out, go spend the night somewhere or something. I know it's not easy. Trust me. Butch and I were the biggest wimps ever when it came to leaving our kids.
Oh yeah.
But we would always have so much fun when there was just no responsibility for a minute. You know what I mean? It was just like, wow. So that's what, we're talking about building instead of existing. When you do those things and you go on those little trips and stuff, you're building towards your future with your husband. What hurts me the most, Butchie, is when somebody gets divorced at 30 years. Someone gets divorced and they've been married 38 years, 40 years. We met somebody just recently that got divorced at like 42 years. And I'm like, how did you go 42 years? I mean, you figure you've already raised your kids, right? Yeah. A lot of times people stay together just to raise kids. Yep. And you're like, well, I'm sure your kids have already been raised. Like, why this late in the game? There's no way that you could settle any of these issues. I mean, that's why there's lots of counselors out there. There's people. Number one, there is the number one counselor. That's Jesus. He is the counselor, right? So he is. But if you need help with a human, someone else help guiding you, definitely there is marriage counseling out there. But to get divorced at 40 years is just,
it's tragic.
Really sad.
And I've also encountered some people that have gotten divorced just because they were fed up with being married. They didn't like the responsibility. And I get it. I can understand marriage is a huge responsibility. No one really teaches you that until you'll never learn it until you get into it. But when you're in it, guys, I'm serious, you married this person for a reason. There must be some redeeming quality about this person. You probably had visions and dreams with them before you got married. So what can you do to build from this point? What can you build together? I'm not even saying starting a business. If that's what you want to do, great.
That could also end up in divorce.
It could be something, exactly, but it could be it could be something that you build together that, again, affects other people in a positive way for the kingdom of God. Whether it's ministering together online, maybe you're not a speaker, but maybe you can help somebody else do it. And if it is traveling the world, that's fantastic. Or traveling around your city on a Sunday, just go see some of the places in your city you've never been to.
Yeah, there's museums or stuff like that. But, also doing things in your community, whether you want, any organization, like a homeless organization, or like we have a dream center here, which dream centers are all over. You could partner with not even that much money with the dream center. You're just giving donations, and you could be a part of what they do. Especially you want to have your kids be a part of that. Our kids are a part of it, and our kids are doing the things that they do today because they were introduced to that. They saw that,
and they weren't afraid, and they're not afraid of it. Like they weren't
Right.
afraid of being in big groups and being in a project.
Well, especially like at the homeless center, because
I want to say something.
sometimes it's not the most
conducive environment for a kid,
for kids,
right.
but our kids, worked in the kitchen and served and all that stuff. And so, again, so
as long as they
knew exposing
as
them
long
to
as they knew
things.
we were with them, it was
Yeah,
fine.
but
1 second. This guy has a question. Is your Bible study on YouTube? No, it is not. It's only in person, Sean, but thank you for
why?
asking.
Because it's so powerful. People will just be knocking down the door.
You know why we don't live stream our Bible study? It's a lot to set up. And to be quite honest, I don't want to have to, when you're on live stream, it's one of those things where I like having just a private group where people who really want to make the effort to come can come. I really like it that way.
We need to be together as a body of Christ.
Yeah.
Like physically be in the same room.
Well, I think he's thinking even though people are here, we could still live stream it as well.
Oh, right. Well, no, that's one decision that we did make, that we would not live stream that. But there's enough teaching on Healing Journeys today with everybody else that should satisfy whatever you need.
So if you want the address, if you live in the Southern California area and you want our address, you can email me, or you can email Healing Journeys today, and we'll give you the address. Yeah. So, but guys, build something together. Oh, our friend Azello is on. Montejo, Mr. Montejo. Hello, Mr. Montejo. How are you? It's good to see you here. We have some other great people here. Mabel says, made a vow for better, for worse, till death do us part. Yeah. Now think about that. For better, for worse, till death do us part. Somebody wrote that vow for a reason. That's a vow a lot of us
wrote that. We had to research, like Google that. Who said that? Because who said it? It's like, what we need to do is take words from the Bible, which we did not do when we got married because we didn't know Jesus then.
Right.
But, it's like when your partnership is forever, just like your relationship with the Lord is forever, you will go into eternity with a relationship with the Lord. And so making those vows of, no matter what, I am not leaving you. Like, I will stay with you for the rest of our lives.
Uh-huh. Will you?
Yeah, except if you get old and crotchety and become a curmudgeon.
Really trying hard. Now, Mabel here says, if you don't mind me sharing this, at the moment, we don't do anything together unless you count eating the dinner my husband fixes. I eat at the table and he eats in front of his computer. Well,
okay. So we're going to have to change that, Mabel. Mabel or Maybelline?
Mabel. It was Mabel.
Mabel.
Yeah.
Is that short for Maybelline? I love that name. I have.
You don't hear that name very often anymore.
Our friend Billy Blanks, his mother's name was Maybelline.
Oh, okay.
That's the first time I ever knew somebody with that name. Anyway, you're gonna have to start suggesting little things, not a big move, because that would start maybe an argument. But maybe just saying, okay, out of 7 nights, is there one day, or is there one meal, or is there one time that we can go do something?
Oh, quick. Sean Culpepper says, I'm not a guy. Oh my gosh, I called her a guy. I'm so sorry, Sean. I apologize. I thought it was a guy's name, Sean. What's a girl's name, Sean?
S-H-A-W.
Well, it is S-H-A-U-N.
Right.
I'm
Sean, we
so sorry about that. I apologize.
Yes.
And by the way, your picture's so tiny, I can't even see it. Again, please forgiveness, please.
But anyway,
love that you're here, though.
Maybe there's something that you can do, grabbing your spouse and saying, hey, can we take 5 minutes just getting him used to getting out of his routine.
Or close the computer. I also say it says
no, don't go up and just slam his
No,
computer down.
I don't mean that. But I mean, it says he makes the dinner too. Have you made dinner before, Mabel? Maybe one time you could make the dinner.
Awesome that he made. Why don't you try this? Like, hey, honey, tonight I'm gonna make dinner, but we're gonna have dinner out in the backyard or something like that. Or let's go do a picnic.
order dinner.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
but to make little steps can actually lead to big changes. But
they can.
Men don't like that. We're changing everything tonight. No. Well, and some women don't.
I don't think women like it either.
Yeah,
much.
But see, women will be like, we'll just go along with the flow. Yay.
Hey, okay. So Sean
says, if you came to me and you said, Julieann, let's go do a new workout tonight, I'd be like, oh my God, yes.
Yeah, workout. Yeah.
You never have done that. So
Sean, she just remembered LaShonda. Now I do, absolutely.
Oh my gosh, yes, of course.
So Sean, I apologize. I remember the name LaShonda. The
yes.
Sean part. Yeah, I apologize.
Sorry about that. But anyway, so there's little things that we can do. Maybe y'all can help Mabel with some suggestions on things that you do.
She has another suggestion. Can I put this up? Here's
Yeah.
another comment she made. Met my husband at church, but after our son died, I'm so sorry about that. He stopped going to church. I tried taking our other two children when they were older. My husband said, don't you think they have gone enough? Well, listen, there's obviously a lot of sadness going on there.
Oh my God,
and of
that
course,
is traumatic. That's just awful.
A child passing away is very sad. So Mabel, listen, I would just encourage you to keep watching the teaching here on Healing Journeys Today. They cover every topic you could possibly think of here.
And you know what? And no matter what, it says that Jesus, he heals the brokenhearted.
Yeah.
And so, and that is for sure. That doesn't mean that you're ever going to forget.
No.
That doesn't mean that you're like, that's, hey, new things going into my life. No, that means that your heart that was broken will be healed. Yep. And you will be able to move on with the memory of your son, but moving on to the things that God has called you to do. Because I know for me, if this was my situation, and I was a child, like if it was my mom who lost a child, I would be the one telling my mom, hey, let's keep moving on. Let's keep doing stuff. Because
well, the Bible says there's a time to mourn, absolutely.
Right. But
that's
awful. I can't even imagine.
It is awful.
So I just pray for you and your husband right now, and that the Lord can get into the hearts of your family and just really bring a flood of peace into the hearts of your whole family.
Yeah. And
bond you all back together again. And I believe that can happen.
Listen, and because one has passed away, yes, it is tragic, and it's certainly not anything anybody wants to go through. But those of you that are still here can still do a great deal of wonderful things on the earth. The enemy wants to take everybody out, and he wants the death of one to affect everybody. And those of you that are still here, there's still a great many things you can do as well,
and
including building things together with
our
your
friend
spouse.
Debbie. That her son passed last year, and she's had to learn how to move on as well. And so, that's something that obviously that we've never experienced, but still, it's still the same thing. No matter what, is that you're still here on this earth, and there's things that you're going to be doing. They're great things. But I just keep feeling like there just needs to be peace in the house, in the hearts of the remaining family members. So we're going to keep praying for you for that one for sure.
Absolutely.
And so, but again, we build on no matter what has happened or what hasn't happened. We still keep building because we're building relationship, but we're also building the kingdom as well. Yeah. And, I know that we play a lot on this broadcast because that's kind of our relationship anyway. But the bottom line is that, I really have no reason to exist on this earth if I'm not building the kingdom. Honestly, there's so much crazy going out there in this world that I just am so thankful that there's some place for me, some place for us as a couple to be able to try to impact the lives of people, to change one person, to change 50,000 people.
And you can impact people's lives as well. There's a circle of influence that's around you every single day. Someone that you talk to, some people you talk to. People are watching you. They're watching you. No, they're not. They're not watching me. I'm nothing. No, they're watching you. I promise, because you matter. You have value and you matter. And God
Right.
has put people around you because you can influence them. And
And
that's a legacy you
right.
could leave as
And
well.
we're not talking about that you have to perform for them.
Nope.
No. You don't perform for
Nope.
anybody, especially the Lord. You don't perform for anybody. You just do what you do. And like you said, there are people that are counting on you to be there. There's people that are literally at Walmart that you're going to open the door for one of these days and say good morning, and you're just going to make their whole day because maybe they wanted to end their life. You know, those are the kind of things that I need you to wake up every morning and think about, and to say to yourself, somehow, some way, Lord, I'm going to make an impact in someone's life today.
And think of the word build. Like, what can I build today? I'm not saying I complete the project. And by the way, some of the most beautiful projects in the world took hundreds of years to build. You don't have to build it in one day, but you can start. And even if you start one project and put it down and start another one, that's okay too.
Yeah.
That means you have a builder's mindset. That means you have the mindset of an achiever, not just someone who exists. We don't want to see you just exist. Anybody can do that. But you're a child of the Most High God, and you have been created in his image, and he's a creative God that has built something. He built the world. He built the universe. He built you. So you can build something too.
And you do matter. You may not think you do, but honestly, what would this world be like without you on it? And I mean everybody here, because there's a reason for everybody here in the times that you are here. You know, it's like I used to, when I was a kid, I wish I would have been born in the 40s. I just thought that, or born in the 30s, so I could have dressed, you know, like the people did in the 40s.
You could still do that.
Yeah, I still can.
You still could.
But what I'm saying is that I didn't want to be an adult back then. And what I love is that God has us here.
Well, you'd be
right
80.
now.
You'd be 80 years older now.
Yes, I'd be my mom's age. But we are here right now for a reason, and we need to be here for that reason. Now, we may not like what's going on, but you do have something on the inside of you that you could contribute that's really important to this world. So I want you to really think about that. Get it, take a composition book like this and start writing down all the things that's in your heart. Maybe it's a podcast. Maybe it's a blog. Maybe it's a book you're going to write. Whatever it is.
Maybe it's just talking to your neighbors more.
Yes. Yeah. Or, someone in your neighborhood or someone at the grocery store.
Two last things. Someone named Gorgeous Wales says hello from Cincinnati.
Wow. Well, hello.
Gorgeous Wales. And then let me see. Rachel Jones says, so thankful for healing journeys today. You guys have all been showing me that not only am I going to get my miracle, but I'm going to have changed lives for Jesus. Absolutely. You are going to help change lives for Jesus.
If you believe it, you will have it. Your mouth is so important. This is what we're going to talk about tonight. I want to say this now. In 2 Corinthians 10:4-5, it talks about the weapons of our warfare is not carnal, but it's mighty in Christ for pulling down strongholds. You have everything that you need. Your mouth is one of the number one weapons, because if you open up your mouth and you speak the word, that is taking the word, the sword of the Spirit, right? That is the sword. The Bible is the sword. It cuts through. It's sharper than any two-edged sword, right? So your mouth is one of the biggest weapons that you have and that you need to use on a daily basis. So you have the power to speak life over yourself or death over yourself. It's your choice. I don't care what our situation is. It's our choice whether we speak life or death. So I was going to leave you with that.
And there you go, guys. Have a great week. We love you. Someone here says hello from Australia. That's our last comment for tonight.
Yes,
Jessica.
And then
Keith, I said that was our last one. Did you jump right?
I'm sorry.
She's got our friend Keith Nance. Hello, Keith. We love you, buddy. We love all of you guys. We couldn't get to all your comments tonight, but we thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, men's Q&A this Saturday, 8 a.m. Pacific time. I'll be hosting all of our healing journeys. Men will be there. Men, if you're a man of God, want to learn more about healing or just how to be a better man for the Lord, tune into that broadcast. You don't want to miss it. We love you guys. We will see you later.
Bye-bye.